It's kind of funny because there's a writer's strike going on right now, and they're trying to farm sympathy from people, and basically they want you to support them. But at the same time, these are the same people that are condescending, aggressive, and as you can see, disparaging towards the general public. I like this headcanon that I created for myself back in the day when the Rust Belt was destroyed and miners were being sacked and out of a job. Hollywood was telling them to learn to code. And my headcanon is that they did learn to code. They created the AI specifically to take away the writers' jobs. This is how I like to sleep at night. This is like what I like to tell myself, even though it's probably not true. But my God, like, wouldn't that be some karma? So basically, the producer, which made The Witcher, is blaming Americans and emotional young people for being too stupid. Okay, this is why the show failed. They wrote a masterpiece over the years, or maybe if aliens arrive, they will recognize the greatness of the producers from The Witcher. But people that live right now are just too dumb, right? So it's not their fault, it's your fault. It's kind of funny because I would understand with other productions, like there have been movies and TV shows that indeed didn't make it because they were kind of complex. But like, who on earth watches The Witcher and goes like, yeah, I just don't understand what's going on the screen. Like this show is way beyond my grasp, so they're tuning out. No, the reason that I tuned out, I've been told, is because of racismus. Okay, like the spirit of racismus has entered me. And I didn't like the casting. See, I read the books, and when I saw that the person who was supposed to direct the show didn't even understand how the actors are supposed to look like, I was like, well, if they didn't understand that, how can they understand more complex issues? Like, if they don't even understand how Jennifer and Trist Marigold are supposed to look like, I don't think they understand anything from this book. So I think it's not the audience, which is, as you point, stupid Americans. It must be the people involved with the casting, the people involved with the script. And later on, we actually find out, like in an interview from the person that was doing the casting, that she was trying to manipulate me. So me, by not watching the show, I have avoided her manipulation. I have now like an ultra instinct. I avoid manipulation without even thinking. Like my body reacts on its own. Apparently, like in the case of Yennefer, they hired an actress literally off the benches of the university. So you can't even say, well, best actor for the job, because you haven't even looked that far. And she literally hired her because of her skin color. Like, she's flat out saying this, right? She wanted diversity, and I am a champion of diversity as well. First off, I watch anime and manga, as you guys know, so I do want to help minorities. I do want my money to end up into the pockets of the Japanese people because they want to entertain me in exchange. But not only that, I now want to help the people at Netflix. See, they want diversity behind the television, but I want to give them diversity in front of the television as well. See, by me removing myself from the audience, they have less cisgender straight white men. So the percentages of the cisgender straight white men is shrinking. So I genuinely want to help them in this endeavor. I want to offer them the gift of diversity in front of the television while they are working from behind the television. So together our synergy aligns, and hopefully we can live in a more diverse society. And after all, you know, like it shouldn't upset them that I'm watching anime and manga, right? I'm removing myself from the equation. I'm not giving them bad reviews. I'm not doing anything about that. And instead, I'm just watching something else, and I can have my thing, they can have their thing. I think this is perfect. I think the system works out. Well, not for them, because apparently they're on a writer's strike. Pity. Apparently, when a series is made for a huge mass of viewers with different experiences, again, we're talking about The Witcher. Like it's so fucking simple. You have a guy that walks in a medieval landscape, and he gets money from people in order to slay monsters. Like you're not making something complex. You're not writing a documentary. This isn't Game of Thrones level. It's just one guy on a horse going around and slaying monsters. Anyway. So apparently, different parts of the world. It's Europe. Like you're not even making it from like a culture that Americans would find very different. You're filming in Europe. The fuck is this person talking about? apparently a large part of the people that are watching this are Americans. These simplifications not only make sense, they are necessary. Way to imply that Americans are stupid. Now, you can agree or disagree with his take, but you're trying to get them to buy your product. Not necessarily just watch the show, but I assume you want them to buy the merchandise. I assume you want them to say good thing about the show. Kind of difficult when you're flat out calling them stupid. It's painful for us and for me too. Well, it's painful for me as well, the fact that we can't get entertainment and we're just getting this nonsense, but it is what it is. But the higher level of nuance and complexity would have a smaller range. It won't reach people. Sometimes it may go too far, but we have to make these decisions and accept them. Again, like, people have watched the first seasons of Games of Thrones. Like, it's not that Americans are stupid. This is the writer of Forbes, by the way, interjecting here. Did you hear that, fellow Americans? The higher level of nuance and complexity in the books will be lost on us. We are too stupid. It's not the show's fault, but our own mind. I mean, if you live on Twitter, where those people, as we saw, only speak in Marvel movies and World War II references, like, yeah, maybe that target audience isn't ready enough to understand the nuances of The Witcher. But I do think, like, the average American probably understands. Yes, monster bad, guy on horse good. You know, like, it's not... it's not that fucking difficult to write something like The Witcher. But I suppose, you know, like, this is the main reason why you're getting such poor shows. It's like they just don't want to understand that Americans can watch something more complex. I mean, Squid Games, I would say it's more complex than The Witcher. It was very famous. Train to Busan. What else do we have that I enjoyed? And all of these are like, I wouldn't consider them like deep philosophical things, but The Kingdom on Netflix is really great. The Platform as well. You know, like you can make something that's not made for morons, and you have to pay attention in order to understand what's going on the screen, and people will still watch it. Meanwhile, I would say that the writers weren't paying attention, that Henry Cavill was literally the only person that was driving the show. And when you fired him, well, no one is going to watch it anymore, right? So I even saw like a commercial for this saying that Henry Cavill is still in the last season. I mean, when you have to advertise like that, big yikes. Big yikes. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Also, don't forget, I got a live stream channel. There's a link into the pinned comment. If you guys want to subscribe to that, then you can interact with me while I'm live. For whatever reason, I usually live stream every day. I try to entertain you guys there as well, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. Take care.